And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.
Yes, well, I'm more curious what Doom's eating, to be honest. It does sound nice. What? Ah, fair enough. Well, actually sounds nice, you know. Oh, oh wow. Well, that's interesting. Do Doom is muted, confirmed. And we've got a wet qualifying as well for not a full wet, just Inter with raining conditions, but something maybe I'd say a few of the drivers, or basically most of them,
Okay.
won't have practiced for.
Okay, good thing that you didn't hear me eat. Because I basically did like the intro with full mouth, but welcome from my side as well. Let's do intro again then. Yes, Flammkuchen is what I'm eating. To answer y'all's question. Which is the German word for it, and I don't know what it's called in English. You'll have to live with that. We have some cooked weather, which is nice.
Content, as I said.
Yeah.
We have some good content.
Into conditions apparently, so fair enough. Oh, wet race too. Oh boy.
Oh yes, the crashes. I'm imagining them now. Anyway, let's not get too excited. Is there any? I haven't got the map on, so I can't actually see who's like starting a lap. I think the first to the line is Your Mom 2024, or probably shown as stream as Ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
But
His nickname
yeah.
didn't change for me.
Did it? Oh, it did. Nice.
No, it did not. Like it's Ocean
Oh.
still. Or I don't know if he changed it for this or if he changed it back.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, for me it says Your Mom 2024. So at the minute it's Your Mom 2024 for me, that's setting a lap.
Yeah, fair. Your mum do be speedy, can't lie.
Yeah, might have to get the speeding ticket out.
Yeah.
Awful behaviour. But yeah, I have no idea out of the new guys who's good in the rain, because I can't remember really casting a wet qualifying, and I don't really know who was on top. Obviously in the dry, it was, well, let's be honest, it was Kurbold.
Yeah.
By default, almost. But yeah, wet weather is maybe it's going to bring out the best in some of the drivers here on the grid, as pretty much every driver is on a flying lap at the minute, and I'm very curious how it will change things up on the grid.
Yeah. Well, Ocean there, running very wide and not getting his lap time invalidated.
How is
He
that
is
not
going
valid?
to
I was
be.
just thinking.
He's going to be the first benchmark, for sure though, unless he invalidates in the last turn or so. But yeah, Kingsman, your opinion on rigging the weather in Elite race so that we can get changeable conditions in for Jimsky, because we haven't had a wet Elite session in, I think, 1.5 seasons at this point.
Personally, not a fan, but for content point of view, I would very much be acquainted for it, as the 36.7 essentially sets the first lap and Martin goes back into pits. But yeah, every single driver basically on a flying lap at the minute, and Solar will go to a 38.3 down second. Astral 37.9, Nitro to the top of the stands, 36.1. and Ninja splits the two Scottish men who are living together. I don't know if there's any more Scottish men on the grid, so just to be safe, I thought I'd say living together. As DJ will be the next driver to the grid. Can he go anywhere near the top or split the 1.3 second gap between? He can't. No, he goes 5th, just behind Ninja. So, and Randro goes just above Ocean. So, looking like a very good lap at the minute for Nitro.
Jimsky asked if you like Scottish men.
If I like Scottish men, or he does.
No. I'm pretty sure he knows he likes Scottish men.
He knows like Scottish men. Is that like one of Jim's type? If you're going out on a date with Jimsky, you've got to be a Scottish man.
I'm not sure, man. Like, I don't know, man. This question is about you, my guy.
That's what I mean. I do. There are very good few Scottish men that I know, and they're all good people. So, yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I haven't run into a bad Scottish person yet.
I've had my fun experiences with, well, these men as well. Kurabolt P1, big surprise.
Shocker.
Good thing about inter-qualifying, though, is you can just keep on banging out laps after laps, theoretically, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though nobody seems to be doing that much, but, yeah.
I think all going for one big lap. Yeah, as I think Kurabold's really pushing again on another lap, as I think, yeah, Sean goes into P5. Brilliant lap time from him. Definitely splitting between Ocean and Astral. Because before there was a really big gap, like 1.3 seconds, that splits them. And DJ also goes there with a 37.4 as well. And yeah, anyone else on lap at the minute? I think Deddy and the Haas apparently got a purple sector too, but no, in this game it's lying to me.
Yeah.
It's not actually purple.
Let's see, unless another Haas P1 in the quali, question mark.
Cross. Deddy on pole, it's happening. Deddy gonna go to the line 31.9. Maybe not. The Hopium was declining, but he does go to P7 above his teammate, which at the minute is a very good time. It definitely gives him a bit of a border between himself and the bottom 4 at the minute.
Yeah. Question in the chat now about Scottish women. I personally have no experience. Assuming you are in that category, it seems to be a similarly lovely escapades to have.
Yeah, say that I've met one Scottish woman in my life, so that I know of. Doesn't really come up in conversation.
Yeah, right.
About,
like,
yeah, you don't go on day and say, "Are you Scottish?"
Wait, where are you living? Like in southern England or where?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how are you supposed to ever meet a Scotsman?
Yeah, there's very low chance unless they move down. Which, even in that case, then the biggest difficulty will be trying to understand them.
Oh yeah, true. Actually,
thick Scottish accents are very difficult to understand.
Right. I've played a JRPG recently, and somehow half the characters there are Scottish, and you can't understand them a bit.
Get Astral in as a translator.
Yeah, Astral and like Solar and even like Faded is the other Scottishman that I had contact with. Like you can understand them pretty well. I've honestly had more trouble understanding people in Manchester.
That is true. Yeah.
But yeah.
Give me flashbacks to Rocket Sundays. Honestly, how dare you? How dare you remind me of my loss in the Ascension Derby? Absolutely awful behaviour.
What do you mean lost, man? These guys wiped the floor with you. What happened?
Whoa.
My guy.
Whoa, no. It was not wiping the floor. They were close games.
Apart from game 2 close games, I guess. Yeah, fair.
Yes, yeah. Game 2 we will not count, but yeah. I will go on a cope and say 50 merchant. But nah, they were just better. And me and Cherry had played together.
Yeah.
Nah, me and Cherry were meant to play together like start of the week, and then I was ill, so I couldn't get out of bed. So I had somewhat good excuse. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, like Rocket Sundays matters. Surely you
True.
will smoke Faded and Panda in FS, right? Given they're not even driving.
Oh yeah.
Like easy W.
Panda would demo me though. That'd be the most worrying bit. Would Panda still demo me?
I mean, we have evidence of Eric and the twins, who did demo people both in RS and FS quite a lot.
No, it's true. So I wouldn't take my chances, to be honest.
I think
just see
they're
Panda
playing right
live,
now
but-
against Herbie. So yeah,
Oh,
Eric
are
is
they?
still alive as well, even though we greatly miss him at FS, or I at least do miss the content.
Yeah.
He is actually still playing in Rocket Sundays, so he's alive and well, guys.
So are the twins. They're playing as well.
Yeah, yeah. Funnily enough, their entire playstyle is Eric is good at Rocket League and does like a lot of stuff solo, and all the twins do is demo chase.
Honestly, not a fan. Not a fan of that playstyle. I'm sure one of the twins will start learning to freestyle one day.
I mean, given they're like 12 or something, the chances are high.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is true.
So, yeah, honestly, we're talking about Rocket League a lot, but I guess like it's the first time that stuff is happening in Rocket Sundays again in a while, given that Mount Sundays has started again. So you might catch one or the other stream of the Rocket League side during the weeks here, right now. And yeah, Formula Sundays, man, it's only 2 more races on this game, and then we presumably have a little preseason on the new game, and then yeah, we'll have an entirely new experience.
Yeah, but from what people have said about testing, the new game hasn't gone down as well, let's just say.
Oh, okay, yeah, Jilski's is saying 2 people are buying the new game as far as I know. I mean, honestly, like, we might take a poll on that, and if, like, really everybody wants to stay in F1 23, I guess we might. Yeah, one is
F1
me,
2020 classic cars. That's what we need.
Yeah, there is talks about F1 2020 being run on weekdays, presumably again.
Weekdays?
Because a lot
What is
of
this?
people...
Formula Wednesdays?
Yeah, like as back then we ran F2 on Wednesday, for example. And
We did, yeah.
people have asked like, "Oh, hey, can we play F1 2020 again and stuff?" And I can only imagine like quite a lot of people do also have the game. I feel like 2020 is the one that people bought the most. So yeah.
I wasn't even playing back then. I didn't even have F1. Nope. I got my first one was F1 21, and we all know how that turned out.
What do you mean? How did that turn out? Was it so bad?
It wasn't great.
Okay, I mean,
Let's just say.
yeah, you gotta learn.
And then 22. Oh, yes, the days where I actually used to get lapped. Oh my god, what fun!
Well, the days far behind us now.
Thank goodness. So what have we missed then? Whilst we've been doing all this chatting, Nitros. Oh yeah, what was there? Ocean went up to P4. Martin P5.
Yeah, it's one of the good performances for the AlphaTauris again. They have been, yeah, struggling to get results going, I guess.
Quali Merchants.
Yeah, honestly, not really. Even like they've been around P10 on the last few qualies. So yeah, it's really good to see them where I think they can realistically end up on a good day, anyways, and that's around the podium.
Yeah, for sure. It just depends if some of those drivers who I think should be higher up and aren't qualifying correctly can make moves in the race. Steady though, up to P7 again. The gap between 7th and 9th being 6 thousandths at the minute, so he's done very well to get in ahead of us there. Yeah, that's what
that is Wes. I have no idea why he chose that name in game, but I think they're also. I'm not sure if they're console or Steam anymore, but
Steam, I think.
Yeah, so they could just choose to change it and not do this. Randro 0.4 up. This could go in the range of Kurabold.
imagine. Unless this the lapped car gets it on a solar, surely his teammate. The funniest thing, his teammate is the one that impedes him, and no, he just dives into the
Yeah, okay.
pits.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 4 tenths up, fair, I guess. And Kurbold himself on a lap as well. Let's see through the first sector. He's oh god, he's 2.5 tenths up. This could be a very good lap time. Let's just say. There's a little bit of spin there, but manages to keep it on the track and straight. But Ops corner now. This is where the biggest place where everyone will be invalidating their laps, not knowing how to use the wet, and he manages it lovely. If through to Maggots and Beckett's now, perfect, almost navigates it perfectly. Hits the apex every single time, and now the exit's got to be good out of this, and it's 3 tenths up.
Yep.
He's looking at a low 35 here. No other driver has even hit 35s yet. Obviously, Randro was looking towards it, but Kurbold is going to drive it to the line now, and I hope he can gain that extra 2 tenths and put him in the 34s. Really set him apart from the rest of the grid. He's already on pole, I think, but now to the line, bit of spin out of the exit. It's still 3 tenths up and almost a second ahead of Randro. What a lap.
Okay, as someone who lives in the UK, what is the thing that, like, prompted people to name these corners Maggots and Beckett's? Where's the coincidence between that? Isn't maggots just like the little animals that spawn in like a moldy stuff?
Spawn. They don't spawn. This isn't Minecraft. You don't just spawn somewhere.
I don't know, man. Have you been there at your own birth?
Yeah. No, I mean, maggots are little
It's the
insects,
beans
yes.
corner, man. Yeah.
The beans corner. Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
feel
fair
like they
enough.
should name it after, like, all the turns should be named after an English breakfast now that Jimsky's added.
Pints.
Yeah, where's
Pints.
the sausage?
Oh god. And it's bacon corner coming up for Randro.
Yeah, hash brown straight approaching fast.
Black pudding chicane.
Wow, this is the most vile thing I've ever eaten, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Honestly, I don't get why English people eat like the most artery clogging shit for breakfast as well. And like half-warm beans. Like, what the hell? And
'Cause why not?
yeah, but why that? Like, I don't know.
I mean, you aren't wrong, to be fair. But, yeah, just why not? I don't know either. Oh,
If you like beans,
yeah. And
honestly, no, beans are not bad, but I don't want beans for breakfast, man. Like, what the...
beans for breakfast. Why not? Have you ever tried it?
Yeah. I've been to... Oh god, how do... Like, there's one thing where... A UK-wide brand where you can eat breakfast. How are they called again?
He's gonna say McDonald's. He's gonna say McDonald's.
No, it's not McDonald's, that's the other one. McDonald's breakfast is actually good though, like McMuffin is bussin'.
Daddy ain't gonna get to the line. Oh well, what a shame, Daddy.
Rip. Last few laps
Oh.
out.
The thing is, what? Who's the last one? I
Spoons?
think the Alpha Tower is not on a lap. Spoons. Must have been to Spoons for breakfast.
No, spoons was the question. Honestly, it might be something with spoons, I can't remember.
Weatherspoons.
Oh, hey,
Yes.
oh yeah, the weather.
Let's go. Formerly known as Spoons.
Yes, I've been there
Let's
with
go.
cheeses.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, with freaking cheeses. I've been at Cheese's home. And
That's a person, I assume.
yeah. Do you do? Okay, Jesus is too long ago. Honestly, he was quite big in RS at some point.
First of all, you said Jesus, to be honest. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll take what we can, to be honest.
But yeah,
Randro's half a second up. Nitro's 3 tenths up. The battle for P2 might still be on between these two. As we see Randro, he's going to be the first driver to put a new time. But Martin goes up to provisional P2 with a 35.8, closing the gap between Kurbold and the rest of the field. But Randro was 5 tenths up. He drives it now straight to the line. It's going to be a 35-6. He takes P2 back, and Nitro abandons his lap and brings it into the pits. And that will be the end of qualifying. And Martin being a real surprise again at the end of qualifying. He always seems to do it.
Yeah, he does do it at least nowadays. Quite a bunch. He's been struggling in quali, I think, for the first few races. But good to see him up where his pace could realistically bring him. But well, we all know so well, his pace is realistically gonna bring him into a wall at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's your predictions? Where is it gonna be today?
I reckon the long right-hander. I think just before the
There is
pit lane.
multiple long right-handers.
Just before the pit lane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good shout. It's easy to spin there.
Because, yeah, he lost when we were doing practice. See, I did practice, so we have a bit of. I do have a bit of insider information, to be fair. So I do have a bit of an advantage, but he did lose it once or twice there. But yeah, that will be qualifying over. Naturally, Kurabold starts from the front. Oh no, the Scottish person. See, I did think there was another Scottish person.
Yeah, to be honest, me too, but I couldn't remember who it was, but apparently it is Kurabold, yeah.
Yeah, at least the Scottish are not at the back of the grid for once. Anyway, moving on from that, Randro will line up on the front row then with Martin, Nitro, your mom 2024, Glenn, DJ, Wes in the Aston Martin, Den, the other Mercedes, bit of Mercedes sandwich for Wes, Mr. Genier running up 10th, Deddy, Wiraman, Astral Sean, Ninja, and Solar for the 16 drivers we have today. And you said it was a wet race, correct?
I've heard it was a wet race. Shots fired at Astral, yeah. I like Kingsman just dropping. Oh yeah, at least there's no Scott in the end of the grid, and then Solar is just sitting there in last.
No, what we've been lied to. What the hell?
Yeah, you.
I don't know.
Maybe
like rain.
it becomes rainy. Like there's
True,
clouds. If you live in the UK, you sure are familiar with that, right?
No. That looks like a very blue sky. Oh, I do see clouds coming over. Oh, yeah. You're right. This could be rain second stint. You see, make a good point.
Well.
Yeah, that does not look safe. Hopefully that just clouds over in the time we're waiting for players. Just fully black cloud out the sky in the time it takes to wait for the players.
Yeah, we will see. Oh, no jump cut into rain.
Oh, what?
Misery.
Boring. So we're actually gonna have to see dry racing. Ugh, couldn't imagine anything worse.
Yeah, I
How
am
boring.
allergic against dry racing actually.
Oh, what?
My health has been dwindling through the last weeks of Formula Sundays.
Elite
No
must
rain
kill you
ever.
then.
I mean, at
Jimsky's
least
hope.
it looks sort of grey, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Why-
I don't
And
don't
stop,
know.
Yap isn't even here.
What? I'm not yet.
Alright.
What the hell?
I don't know what Seagull's on about. Small bird brains there.
Little does he know for that comment, I'm going to take him single-handedly out of the championship.
Fine.
And I don't mean out of the race, I mean out of the championship. Completely. Just ban him.
Yeah. Just kind of snap him away. Can't
Yeah,
wait
exactly.
for the Zhou crash. I am impressed if they manage to make a car fly that far. Like our boys, surely they wouldn't do that, right? Who's gonna be Zhou in the crash? Well, it has to be. Well, it probably has to be Monsieur Genier because Kurabold's gonna be gone.
Sacrifice. Wait, what? I'm now going to shout some abuse at Seagull in DMs for saying I was going to pay him.
Alright, man, easiest cockban in my life.
Yeah, so, podium predictions. Doom, what have you got then for today?
I mean, it's boring, but I already, predicted out of my mind for real F1 and it didn't come through, so I'm just gonna say Kurabold, Randro, and Ocean for this one.
When I did it for real F1, I got it right almost.
I predicted Verstappen DNF because I was bored of predicting him P1 every single week.
I coped and predicted Norris would win, then Leclerc second, Verstappen. So I guessed everyone on the podium, but just not in the right order. So, I mean, move everyone down and up one, then you eventually get there. But yeah, I think Kuribold to win just has to be at this point. And I'm gonna say Randro won't be on the podium. I'm gonna go with a Nitro P2, and I'm gonna go. I don't know, just put someone random in P3 for a laugh.
Martin.
Martin, let's go for Martin.
It is race time though. Lights are already out, and let's see when the drivers decide to go. Oh, safety car is safety carring. What the hell is going on?
What the hell? Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah,
This happened
our
in
boys
Monza
just
last
clearly
season.
can't be trusted.
Wait.
So we.
Kuribold second?
Yeah, I have no idea
Wait.
why they all ran past each other. Like, ideally, this should look like the starting grid. Not very sure if we just restart this.
Yeah, I think there's only been 2 position changes, which is Kuribold and oh no, never mind.
Kuribold's gone
What?
back past.
No, he has. I'm so confused. Is Kuribold leading or is right? So Kuribold's back in the lead, and I think the only other person to actually I'm just check race director instead of trying to figure it all out. The only other swap is Sean and Astral at the moment. Apart from that, the grid is fine, but I don't know what to do in this position.
Yeah, I am not sure neither. Let's out the phone and open the Discord.
I might whip out the phone and go on TikTok.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I have 3 minutes of nothing anyway. I have in some server.
It is grass. And what is the decision from the big man, Mr. Tomato?
I have no
Oh, and the first
idea.
thing I've read is Fanta saying, right. Oh, big, we ought to restart. Okay. I wonder what the decision between the big ref is. By that I mean refs. Because when this happened in Monza last season, there was no restart. We just let it continue as normal.
I feel like there's no real need to restart. Like, of course, we have not had a proper start yet, but, like, does it really hurt to just have it keep going?
Exactly.
Like, at this point, we are in this anyways. We have driven 2 laps already, but...
We're just shortening. They can't be trusted to race 18 laps, so we got to shorten it for them. This is where the safety car doesn't come in. It just leads them round. And when we were right about Martin being on the podium. And this, now the Doomer said we don't need a restart. Let's see the complaining. It just depends.
Yes,
please, Kuribold, don't drop Ranger on the restart. Oh, I beg, please.
It's really just Spa 21 all over again. After this lap, we're calling the race off and give Kuribold the win.
Yeah, and we'll give Daddy P2.
Someone deceived information lap. Nah, that can't be. Because otherwise the AI would have mega jump started, and nobody did that. Might be worth disabling formation lap for elites.
No, boo. Cringe idea. Whoever said that.
Cringe idea.
I bet it was Jimsky.
Oh, it was you.
Ah, 50-50. If the safety car doesn't go in this lap, then we might have to consider a restart. But as it is, I think it's fine. It might just extend everyone's stints a little bit, which I'm sure they won't be complaining about. Yeah, especially on the softs. Oh no, it's in this lap, so
I was about to say it's the Just Stop Oil guys themselves to the track like they had planned to last Silverstone, so safety car had to come out to keep them safe. But we've removed
Where's
them now.
Where's George Russell when we need him?
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
They
No,
they
George
fully
Russell
turned
would have
into me.
parked.
They fully turned into me. When does Kurbold go? And how much does he, if he gaps Randra, how much do you do it by? Because this is a place where it's really hard to get a restart, like overtake after the restart. As Kurbold is just full sending it. He's trying to catch anyone off, and I think the only one that slipped a little bit was Astral, potentially, as they're all going slow at the back. But yeah, at the front, we are up and away, and Randro's stuck very well to Kurbold here. Martin has dropped 7/10 back. But apart from that, everyone seems to have fallen through nicely, apart from Deddy. What the hell, Deddy?
Well, well, well. I mean, the medium runners, of course, having a little bit of a tougher time with the tire temps on a restart like that. Bro, what the hell is going on in the Discord, man? Yeah, it is some racing until we have DRS now. I guess, I think overtakes are not really common here if you used... Nah, come on.
Who's
To
going
not...
side by side through cops?
Yeah, okay.
Who's doing it?
Lewis Hamilton. It's Glenn Selk, actually, who got passed through Meggetts and Beckett's.
Yeah, he's on the mediums as well, with Ocean on the softs, so real difference in what I expected here, because I wouldn't expect the softs to... I suspect the softs to still have an advantage at this point, especially as they've had them neutered more under safety car, and we're a man getting past Deddy, I think, an overtake that needed to happen. Deddy just slowing down that pack behind the points. Mr. Genya 2.5 seconds ahead, and yeah, the top two are going for it, and Glenn actually sets the fastest lap, but I think he's burnt through a lot of his energy getting past Nitro, Ocean. He's looking to get past Nitro, but Randro and Kurbold already broken 1 second to Martin here, and that'll be crucial for when DRS activates, because it hasn't even activated yet.
No, 3 laps, as usual. I mean, that's one change I really like in the new regulations, that it only takes 1 lap to activate. Because, let's be real, if you're Verstappen, you can drive out of the DRS range in 1 lap anyways.
Yeah.
So, it's just more interesting for everybody else, I guess.
Exactly, and everyone else gets a chance. And Glenn gets Nitro. I thought Nitro might try and hang it side by side, but he decides against it. And yeah, Randro actually only a 10th behind Kurbold now, following very well, I must say, but without DRS, and they're not looking to burn energy at the minute, with Randro having a huge energy advantage. He'll stay at 3/10, and I'm sure he'll size up a move on this straight in another lap's time. But apart from that, we've got Den sizing up a move on Wes. Very nice move, but Wes is keeping a wheel in, keeping to the inside for the chicane. And I think Den's just going to outbreaks him and gets the move done. Lovely move from him as they keep on going. But apart from that, we've got about 5/10 all around the field for gaps.
Yeah. Honestly, we might have been sleeping on Glenn as well. I think Glenn is a good contender for the podium. Has had much better race pace than quali pace in the last few events. And once he gets past Martin, which is inevitably going to happen, I think, he will probably close the gap to the top 2 if they do fight. Which they aren't quite yet. But I think Randro is being able to keep within 2/10 through Meggetts and Beckett's again. It sure might be a move in Sector 3.
Yeah, almost bound to happen, I think, at this point. But yeah, the track limits as well through cops is going to be really something to keep an eye out on for, I think, everyone, because it's so easy after a certain point in the I'd say about halfway through the stint, where you can't take it flat out anymore. So there might be something to be aware of. But yeah, Randro falling behind a little bit more than he probably would have wanted, but he still might size up a move here. He does, sends it down the inside into the right-hander and gets the move done. Very nice move from, I think, a bit further back than he would have wanted.
Yeah,
but Yeah, and Glenn gets up to P3 as well, bringing himself back into the fight for the lead.
Yeah, and Kurbolt and Randro there, battling with each other has cost them a little bit of time as well. So Glenn is right up their alley already. Yeah, Martin P4 is now a good bit back again. Could have been his chance to maybe stay within DRS range, but he's not under attack from behind right now neither, so he can just drive his race there in P4 for now. And I think the next person to worry about, probably DJ here, who's doing very well on the mediums as well. Honestly surprised me with quali pace as well. Has been a little bit further down the grid, I think, in the past, and really seems like he has grinded out a little bit to be competitive around here.
Yeah, and it's really weird how the mediums are really coming into shape, it seems, as Glenn is all up the back of Kurbold, and we could see Kurbold drop to P3. I'd assume not, as he's going to get DRS again, but a brilliant exit from Glenn could ensure a move here, but Kurbold burning, I think, that ERS to get through, but I don't think he'll go for a move on Randro. He'll just like to sit behind, not get past, but the other Mercedes of Den gets a move done onto Nitro, who's just going backwards in the grid at this point. I think started up in 4th or 5th, but has now dropped all the way to 8th. Wurman also getting back to the pack. He clears Sean. I think those two having a nice little fight as well. But top 3 remains the same, but there's going to be a lot of movement between now and I reckon about lap 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think pit window is about to be opening up as well for the soft runners, so you could probably extend a little bit longer. Due to the safety car not eating as much tires away. But generally speaking, I think in a normal race you would be looking at a pit stop from soft to medium between lap 8 and 10. So yeah, really curious to see. Wes, with a little bit of contact there, makes his way through the inside of Ocean.
Yeah, DJ as well, getting past the other AlphaTauri, but he's fighting it back. I think he's got the better exit. Burning the battery as well. Is DJ going to stick it in? No, he backs out of it and stays there. But Glenn is all up behind Kurbold, who's dropped off to Randro. The gap being about 6/10 now. And the battery's starting to be burnt for Glenn. And Kurbold not going to use it. And Glenn goes for the move before the corner even happens. And Glenn is up into P2. What a race he's having. Kurbold not going to look. In fact, he dives in to the pits in lap 7. And he speeds in the pit lane. A 5-second penalty. That's just fortunate. But being one of the longest pit lanes, I think, in the game, he's going to back a nice Ocean also picking that up to continue a very, very bad day for him. Astral diving in to the pits, but Kurbold will not get held slightest here, and Glenn still within that 1 second, but we might see some movement in that 5th and 6th place as Wes and Den fighting through the first 2 corners. Not a place I Mr. Genya is a big.
You okay? Before you continue too long, you're cutting out mad there. That like it's half a second I hear you and half a second I don't consistently. I'm not sure if you just changed something because it hasn't happened before, but yeah, might look if you change something real quick as we watch that fight that you were just describing here. It's gonna be an interesting scene on the next era straight here, as there's 5 cars within half a second pretty much. And yeah, one tiny mistake here, Maggots and Beckett's, could cause a huge pileup as close as these guys are together. It is going to be Nitro under attack. DJ is already passed. Can West go through as well? Goes past the inside there. Nicely done. Oh, and Randro picks up a 5-second in the pit lane as well. I mean, this is of course a lot slower here. 60 instead of the usual 80 or 100, I think it's even at some circuits. So, yeah. Penalties coming through left and right.
Yeah, that's going to really affect him as well because Kuribold will be breathing a sigh of relief at that, I think, because he would have been really worrying that he'll come out. We've got some going onto the hards, some onto the mediums. I think the medium is the tire to be on here. As we're going to follow Kuribold, who's already gone past turn 1, and there's Randro, and he does get the undercut done, but they do have Ninja in the way, who's just going to be a bit of traffic slowing them up. It's going to be very good, but and a bit of contact between the two, and Kuribold's round. Not really, but he does get spun and the contact. But Randro is going to go past Ninja, and oh my god, pushing each other off. Randro almost spins as well, so Ninja causing some, I don't know, real trouble. And saying, oh, Ninja's gone. Oh god. I'm not going to say anything about
Yeah,
that.
that's not great. Let's phrase it like that. I'm not
That's,
entirely sure what the plan was there.
He's the way
But
I've seen it. Yeah, that's oh god.
oh well, that will make Randro's race even worse after the penalty. Gonna be hard for him to recover that.
Is he the front wing still?
Yeah, I don't think he has damage, honestly. But Sean is diving to the pit, also getting a penalty. Guys, like, come on. Can you not, like, read the freaking sign there? It's crazy. I don't think I've seen so many speeding in the pit lane penalties in one race, like, ever.
You know someone who's going to really benefit from all of this action that's happened down the field? It's going to be Glenn. He hasn't got involved in any of this. He hasn't picked up a 5-second penalty yet. He hasn't had any contact with anyone. As Ninja dives and Randro retires. That's got to be a rage retirement, surely. And I understand. And Ninja's got a 5-second penalty for extreme collision with Mr. Gen. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're both in the. And so's Nitro as well. 10. Oh god.
Huh?
Aye.
How do you?
10 seconds. It happened to Fabian last season. I think it's you go all the way wide, and you pick up 10 seconds to claim it as like a major cut on track. Oh,
Okay.
That's such a shame for Randro as well. I thought he had a real chance in this race. He had a good pace at the front, but yeah, Ninja's just killed his race essentially in a fight that I didn't think he even needed to go for.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. It's not smart to go contend there. But yeah, Ocean I think might be able to appeal.
I don't know what Ocean's doing. He's just driving around, cutting the entire track.
I think his race might be over as well. He's missing the entire end plate. He's probably gonna have to go back to the pits as well.
Yeah, I think he had contact with Ninja as well, so with Mr. Junior. And yeah, there's Ninja there. Hopefully doesn't cause him much more trouble. As they're going side by side when they don't really need to. As the first medium runner comes into the pits of Martin and Deddy. And it'll be interesting to see where they come out in regulation to the rest of the field. And Deddy's going to
has just picked up a corner cut penalty in addition to his speeding penalty, so within 8 seconds is all that Glenn needs to do, and then he's totally fine there, and that sounds very possible to me. So
he's out front by 28 at the minute, so I mean, yeah, I think I'll put him I'll put him with Martin, and yeah, that's going to be a retirement for Nitro, and yeah,
it's Ocean.
Sorry.
Nitro's still nice.
Nitro's actually... He's still Nitro. Yeah. He's still Nitro, and I've still got his name wrong. Please just don't get a 5-second penalty. No, Glenn doesn't get a 5-second penalty, so I think as long as he doesn't mess up in this soft stint, I'm pretty sure Glenn will have this race win wrapped up under his finger. Under his finger? I don't know what it is. Wrapped around your finger. There you
go. Fair. Yeah. So, let's see where Kuribold is even coming out compared to Glenn, because I'm not entirely sure if or how strong the undercut was in the end. Kuribold here, start finish straight. Okay, he does get past Glenn by a little amount at least. It's like 4 seconds or so. Oh, actually, it's less.
And I love that new soft tire as well. Yeah. So I think that gap will get cut massively. And well, is there going to be any rain? We talked about this at the start,
It
but
doesn't
the
seem like
clouds,
it. It was probably just made by
clouds have
Fanta.
come over. The clouds have come over now. So,
Yeah,
are we going to get like a last few laps of rain?
it might be. It might be.
So, yeah, it's very interesting, and I think we might see a car get lapped. I don't know how long it's been since we've seen that, but we might see Ninja get lapped in this session. But again, I'm going to mention we do have a DRS train again from 4th down to 7th.
Yes, and top 3 will join up to be within a second for each of them as well in a bit. I mean, Wes here in P6, of course, gonna have the big disadvantage because of that time penalty, but otherwise the Mercedes and Nitro, of course, still very much fighting for position.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
it's Con! Hey, we were just saying earlier about how much we are missing you, my guy.
Oh, not this guy. What the? Who let this guy in chat?
He's asking the same about you in the casting booth, man.
Yeah, not surprised. Absolute. Yeah, we should get Con back, honestly. We need Con back
Yeah.
in Formula Sundays.
I mean, if your name is like the first half of content, it is only like it's content.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure content was named after Con.
Yeah, exactly. And also, one thing I noticed is with penalties at the minute, it will promote DJ to the podium. So, yeah, there's big potential here. If DJ can keep up with the leaders, that he might be on for a nice little podium for himself.
Oh well, I mean, Chadley has a seat for sure for Yukon, so I'm not sure if you would want to do Elite because Elite are different.
Now, give him an Aston Martin seat in Challenger. We know he much he loves the Aston Martin.
Both of them are taken, man. I mean, we will see. Yeah, Flavio's just race banned today. Otherwise,
right,
he would have been driving.
Oh yeah, give him a Haas then. I know Daddy needs a teammate. Yeah, and speaking of, Glenn gets the move done on Kurabold, and that is game. I'm certain it's game, set, and match. There's not much really Kurabold can do with the penalties, and yeah, Glenn will just try and break a second now, and it just depends on whether Martin can potentially make an impact because he's within the DRS of Kurabold. So, are we on for a Martin win? Dare I say?
I mean, nah, ain't no way. Surely not. I'm not gonna believe Martin win until I see him not hitting a wall until the very last turn. I mean, pace-wise, he might have the chance, but he does need to get past Kerbal ASAP. Because...
Yeah, no, agreed.
This is also F123. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Con might not own that.
And from what I've heard, we might not even be switching over to 24 immediately. I'm not sure.
I'm sure Jimsky will buy the game and do a test run for everyone. Because he's nice like that.
Yeah,
and
just
doesn't
like
take the game at all.
Sharing his library with everyone in FS.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, let's see. Martin, I think has, yeah, I mean, he's finally done it, but it might be too little too late. It's now already 1.5 seconds to Glenn, and Glenn has been shown that he has amazing race pace, and, yeah. Actually, with Ninja here, okay, then Martin might get DRS, and this could help him a little bit, but I think Ninja's just letting him pass here.
Oh, please don't cause more contact. Oh no.
Man, this is one of the saddest Martin wall hits.
No, it's just stupid though. I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna say, and he stopped on track now. Like this racing with the top 3 with, and he's now doing donuts with Martin having a big chance at a win potentially, and he moves onto the racing line in one of the biggest, and he's doing donuts on track. He moves onto the racing line and
Oh.
just absolutely kills his chance
I was about
of
to say,
getting a win.
guess who we
It's
are not
so
gonna see
stupid.
again. So yeah.
No, he should be banned. Absolutely no need for it. It's stupid, and it's got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen done. And absolute heart goes out to
Yeah,
Martin,
okay, it's enough.
because
We understood. We
that is
saw.
a joke.
We will. Yeah. Virtual safety
No.
car. Martin has no nose at all. There's a couple of drive-throughs.
Oh. Yeah, but right, back to the race anyway. Yeah, that VSC has given Glenn a brilliant chance to gap Kuribold by 3 seconds. And Kuribold has actually almost pulled away 8 seconds from DJ. So he could still be sat at P2 come the end of the race, but Glenn does go a little bit wide in Sector 3 here. So it'd be interesting to see. And there's still that big train, and the teammates
the
sending at each
Mercedes,
other.
yeah, it's
And
crazy what they're doing here.
DJ,
But,
yeah.
Wait, Den did survive, right? I mean, this is now for the last podium position, so there's really like something on the line finally for these guys. I mean, there was positions on the line before, but of course everybody of them wants to stand on the podium now.
Yeah, Martin boxes with no front wing. I caramba, as they say. But yeah, no, it'd be very interesting to see what happens. And there's a yellow flag. Oh, it's just a Ninja. That's fine. But yeah, no, this race really opens up DJ still as much as the.
Okay.
Then that P3, I think, might be his second podium in 2 weeks. I think he got a podium in.
Oh, you're definitely cutting out again, so I'm not entirely sure if you were still talking or not. But yeah, Dan in prime position, of course. DJ though, net P4 right now, given that everybody but Dan ahead of him has time penalties. Honestly, Dan picks up the pace a little. He could even go P2 here. Kuribold has 8 seconds of time penalties. It's only 1 second away.
He's too quick. The gap 2 laps ago was about 6 seconds.
Okay, fair enough.
It's now moved to 9. Kuribold should have the pace to keep ahead of him, and I think Kuribold will be thanking his lucky stars that Martin's been taken out of this race, because it essentially keeps him on the podium, because that fresh air will do bits for him and his tyre wear. It will allow him just to cruise it through to the end. And yeah, so in terms of the rest of the grid, you got Deddy, who's got Sean behind him. And then obviously we've still got that big train from, not really big anymore, but 4th through 6th that are carrying each other through on DRS. Astral still has a drive through, so he's probably not going to finish within the points, as there's a caution in Sector 2, as Ninja actually lets people go for once.
To be honest, I think that was his intention for the start-finish straight. He just forgot to also slow down, and then he was on the side from being on the side, trying to let people through, and had a shit angle in turn 1. And, well, I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh my. I was just watching his POV, and he's just tried to cut the corner, and he's almost slid. Oh, if he'd slid and taken Kuribold out, aye. But he didn't. Racing will continue, thankfully. But yeah, we're coming on to the final lap now, and it's looking to be Glenn who is going to walk away with the goods here, as DJ gets past Nitro on track, but they are going side by side. Nitro going to have the better exit. Bit of contact. DJ should know he doesn't have to go for it. He's going to get both positions anyway, but Nitro's going to look to hold the fame there. And yeah, last lap. Is there going to be any real shenanigans? You've got Mr. Genier. Astral will have to go for his drive-through, so he will get that place anyway. But apart from that, I don't really see much position change.
Astral gets another 5 seconds for speeding the pit lane as well. And he retires in the pits. Well, F, I guess. Honestly, I think he could have still been in P10. I'm not sure if he already had a 5 sec.
He had 8 seconds of penalties afterwards, and he'd have come out on track behind even Solar, I think.
Oh my god, there was a spin. Den has spun out and lost P3 now. It's up for grabs for anybody again, and probably for DJ, yeah. Unless
Oh, and
there
there's
is anything else happening.
oh
Oh yeah,
my,
okay, I see there is something else happening.
yeah, and DJ's been spun as well. Oh
Yeah, okay.
no.
At least this guy is never
Oh,
racing here ever again.
is he? Don't tell me he's taking out the other Mercedes as well. Yeah, he's just let him go. And he's taken. Oh, he's taken out Sean. Anyway, so as it looks like it's going to be Wes that takes P3 on track as Glenn comes around the final corner and he's going to take the win here in a very controversial Silverstone race. Kurabold is going to come home for that P2 and Wes, I think, for his first podium in Formula Sundays, and he's going to do it. He is very good race from them. Den, even though with the incident at the end, is going to just finish ahead of Deddy, and it's going to be DJ in 7th, but words don't describe the race, I don't think.
That is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, Seagull, if you could already take care of that in the Discord, before he leaves and might just rejoin at some point. As Martin here comes home in P10 in the end, I guess.
Point at least. Well, yeah, that's Challenger tier over. I think in a race that doesn't really have much words to it. Yeah, we got some good racing at the front. But yeah, no, apart from that, yeah, I'll use Ashel's words, in disbelief.
Disbelief, yeah. He does say that quite often, I guess, and it's certainly fitting. Yeah, it's really, honestly, like, the worst bit of, like, presumably intentionally taking someone out since, like, season 5 or so, where we had someone take out, in the last race, like a championship contender who just needed to score, like, a single point or something in the race, and doing that, like, intentionally. And I will also skip the podium thing because my PC starts exploding whenever this is on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's certainly a way to end the race.
It's so painful, Martin, man. My guy had the easy P2 here, if not better, and like has not hit the wall for once, but the wall has hit him instead. It's
yeah. But apparently, in good news, Williams have secured the Constructors' Championship. So, I don't know if that's true or not, but they're saying in the Discord it is done. With Solar, he didn't pick up points, but I think with the lack of other teams picking up points,
yeah,
they are going to be Constructors' Champions. So,
yeah, congrats to
fair
them.
play to them and congrats, yeah.
So yeah, one more race, one more chance, Martin, for redemption. And, yeah, for now, I'm gonna hop into break. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll be seeing you on track then, amongst others.
Oh. Yes.
So